Good morning, Britain. Nurses find themselves in court. The Health Secretary confirms he is taking legal action over this weekend's strike as the nursing union, the RCN, promises to stand up to what they're calling government bullies.
The battle to save the Brits stranded in Sudan. As a 72-hour ceasefire is declared, the government is under pressure to make every hour count, to evacuate those trapped and to deliver vital aid. We're going to talk to the MP who says time is running out.
2 warships on standby, a team of troops sent in to scope out options. But the government's facing questions about why up to 4,000 Brits are still trapped in Sudan when other countries have got their people out.
I couldn't let you do this without Jungle Jill.
Tension in the I'm a Celebrity camp already as former rivals Gillian McKeith and Shaun Ryder reunite more than a decade after a very famous feud.
From Len, 7.
And a heartfelt farewell to Len, the dancing legend who was always a perfect 10 to all of us. We're going to be joined live by Strictly stars Erin and Brendan to pay tribute to the former judge on what today would have been his 79th birthday. They're going to be live after 8 o'clock.
A chilly start to the day and then a dry one with spring sunshine finally. The outlook is more unsettled. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up. So Good Morning Britain.
Tuesday, 25th of April, 2023. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid and Ed Balls.
Good morning, Britain. It's just gone to 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. Just devastating news about Len Goodman.
I know.
I hadn't even realised that he was that poorly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he was gone. What a remarkable man. He started out as well, not quite a barrow boy, but he was in charge at the age of 11 of his grandfather's salad stall. And he trained as a welder and he loved playing football. And it was an injury to his foot when he was playing football that meant that he ended up going to a dance studio with a mate. And Len's...
For rehab.
Just for rehab.
Yeah.
But also, as Len always admitted, to meet girls.
Yeah.
Legendarily called himself a crumpeteer. He was very old school, was Len, but we all loved him for it. And he was a phenomenal head judge, wasn't he? He was so reassuring, but also he was so focused on the technical detail. Len was the judge you really wanted to impress. And he had this mischievous turn of phrase. What was his favourite moment for you, Ed?
Gosh, well, he was, as you say, he always was positive first before he hit you with his critique. He really knew about all the dance techniques. I think with me...
What did he say about this dance technique?
He had his head in his hands, actually, on that one.
Well,
that one could have been a catastrophe. On this one, my cha-cha-cha, actually, Len defended me because he reeled out a whole list of different steps I'd done... Not that one. I'd done in the... that was my Beyoncé moment. But the best line for me was, Eddie said, "You're not the greatest dancer, but you're the people's champion." And that was like a very, very nice thing for him to say towards the end of my time. He was the most generous, caring, thoughtful people, utter professional, brilliant communicator, always got to the heart of where people were feeling and thinking about each routine. But he was just a really, really good man. A good man, a true gent. Also, a phenomenal dancer. Yeah. Stuart, have we got Len on the ballroom or Latin dance floor? Let's have a look. Look at that. Now, you see, that's what we were all aiming for. Good line. He's very distinctively Len, isn't he, Ranvir?
know, what's always interesting is, on Strictly, so if you're very tall, it's harder for you to be a male dancer because you've got so many limbs and lengths to organise. But he was a very, very tall man. Look at how graceful he was. Elegant, graceful.
It's lovely seeing that other old footage.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to show you more of that throughout the programme.
It's also funny, when you remember him now being a judge, he always sat totally very, very straight upright.
Beautiful
Never
poise.
slouched.
No.
But that was, of course, he'd learned that frame, but he always held himself in that.
Yeah, and...
Like me.
Oh, no, you were fantastic.
I know, but
What was Len's highest score for you?
I think he gave me an 8.
Brilliant.
But I don't know that. I'm sure he did. I think he gave me an 8.
Don't worry.
I know.
It's obviously a good memory.
I never
What's
got a
that,
10. I never got a 10 from Len.
Oh.
You always gave me better marks than everybody
Craig.
else, and a lot better than Craig.
Yes.
Oh, Craig.
We could always rely on Len, and he was just so charming. He also backed Brendan. Brendan, when he used to get quite feisty about his dance partners, as you'll remember from his time with Charlotte. And a lot of the judges thought that was too much intervention, too much conflict. And Len stood up for Brendan. And Brendan Cole is going to be in the studio this morning to remember Len alongside Erin Bogue, because it's down to Erin that Len got the job as head judge. Because when Strictly Come Dancing was launched back in 2004, Len said all his dance friends were ringing him and going, "Have you heard about this new show? I've just been in to audition." And Len was like, "I haven't. Why haven't they asked me?" Well, Erin then suggested him.
That's right.
They called him. He did his audition on his 60th birthday and, of course, became the best judge on Strictly. All the others are our favourites, but, of course, Len is our favourite.
And the winner of the first year was...
Natasha Kaplinsky.
With...
Brendan Cole.
Brendan Cole.
Exactly.
So there we are.
Brendan was the first professional winner of Strictly Come Dancing. We love you, Len, and we send our love to your family. It's a devastating loss. 7 minutes past 6. Our main news this morning. The Health Secretary is taking nurses to court over their strike action after claiming that the final day of their planned 48-hour walkout this weekend is unlawful. The
government wants the High Court to assess if the last day of the strike, which is next Tuesday, falls outside their legal mandate for action. And Nithya Rajan is at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham. Nithya, what's the Health Secretary's legal action based on? What is his argument?